Learning is the best way to get success. Without learning, you can never succeed. So, welcome. We are invited very distinguished and a very important guest among us, one of my great mentors and a friend, Dr. Sumit Kumar, sir. He is a faculty at IIIT UNA, done his PhD from IIT Patna, and also done his master's from IIT Indore. Welcome to have you, sir, on this podcast session.
Thank you very much, Rajat. First of all, I'd like to thank you for inviting me at this platform. And I must appreciate you all, guys, and your team to make this platform so that so that others can explore about the research, others can explore about the way of study and everything. Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, firstly, every this question which I ask from our every distinguished guest. So, this is for the common that what is your educational background? Because we just want to know your educational background.
Yes. So I'd like to tell you about first my place from where I belong and what were the different situations, challenges, and everything were there. So I'm from Bihar, and it's a place in Araria district. So their education was bit difficult at that time, right? So I completed my schooling. I used to be very normal student. Then after I thought, okay, what do I need to do? So first, when you do not have any background, you will be always confused. Okay, what to do next and how should we go with the career and all, right? But very important thing is what is hard work. If you keep on working for your career, you will get the thing. So I did my schooling from Delhi. Then after I thought, okay, what should I do? I was there for in merchant navy for a few years. Unfortunately, I could not get my visa at the time. Then after I started my B.Tech, BE from North Maharashtra University. I was always curious. No, I have to go up. So I was very hardworking student. I was the topper of my college also in the BE. Then I prepared everything myself only. Then I got IET VV Indore for my master. Then after in 2013, I completed my master, and at the time I qualified CSI net with All India rank 158, and at the time I was having good gate score also. So fortunately, I got PhD at the same year. So it was tough because yes, for me, I was I had many things to do, but yes, because the circumstances, whether it is financially, whether it is mentally, are different for the different persons, right? But the key point is hard work. You should you should always think, yes, I have to get it at any cost, whatever the circumstances may be created by others, whatever. Yes, hard work is the single formula. So you need to be passionate about the thing which you want to do. So that is the key thing. And if you talk with any professor or any educated person, he or she will suggest you to be the hardworking, because hard work is the replacement of everything. Yes,
Everything.
yes, yes.
So, sir, what is your current research area and or the projects which you are involved in right now?
Okay. So yes, when I entered into the IIT, so my supervisor was Dr. Rajat Kumar Jha. Under his supervision only, I completed my PhD. So I started working in the signal and image processing. It was in the binary hypothesis. Uh, my PhD, the journey of my PhD was quite difficult because in the PhD you have to publish some research papers, right?
Yes.
So my first paper I got after 5 years. So that was very difficult for me. Yes, after 5.5 years, I had four journals. Yeah, that was okay. Why? Because everything was communicated, so I got it. But yes, uh, at that time, the journey of PhD was very difficult for me. Why? Because yes, I had started everything from the scratch. So what I'll suggest everyone: do not worry. if you do not have any idea for a particular topic, you do not need to worry. What is very important thing, the way and consistent performance. It simply means you need to devote that much of time. You need to devote yourself for that particular work. So in my PhD, I learned a lot, right? So I started working in the signal and image processing, and some aspect was related to the machine learning in the signal processing application. Right now, I have shifted somewhat to the medical image processing. That is, image restoration is the biggest challenge in this situation. So I have been associated with that particular research area only. So right now I have to go with the simulation only, but slowly and gradually I'm just turning to the hardware prototype. So that is again a big challenge, and I'm working in that direction only. Yes.
So basically, you are involved in the electronics part of the research, means totally firstly on the signal processing and the embedded part also. So, sir, I just want to know regarding the current Indian research situation, means the embedded technologies are using, and some of the companies are also providing that kind of the areas where the students are just want to work for the embedded, but basically how it can be possible for the student to throughout just work for the embedded, right, not go for the other sources, like means if you are in the embedded and I just want to switch with the AI, so how it can be possible, and for the what is the current scenario of the companies and the research trend for the embedded education system?
Right, all right, all right. So you're talking with respect to AI and embedded systems. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
in my research, yeah, I have worked on the FPGA board, right? So yes, you may find different application, and FPGA, working on the FPGA is nothing but the first step to go to the ASIC, right? So when we design any ASIC, so prior to that we test everything on the FPGA board, right? So we need to know many things about the processing of the FPGA board. That is, what is the frequency, and how can we optimize this. So optimization is the biggest problem. So optimizing means what, you can go either by speed, or you can you can go by the resources. So it depends on the application, right? Somewhere speed is very important, somewhere yes, resources is resources you can consider as important parameter. So, going with the embedded system, yes, as far as my research area is concerned, I'm dealing with the FPGA board, and on that particular board, I just make the protocol, or you can say algorithm, right, of let's say image restoration problem. So I just make the algorithm, and I want to see what is the real time challenges, like because if you go on the software, dealing with the software is quite different than the hardware. Like if you just go with the basics 1 by 3, it's quite easy to write on the software, because you will be getting 0.333, that is nothing but the floating number. But dealing with the same number on the hardware, you need to know about the importance of that particular number 1 by 3. So you can go with zero point 0.3, you can go with the 0.33, or how many 3 you want to take after the decimal. So all these things are very important. Why? Because somewhere it is utilizing your resources, right? So that is what we come to know about the resource utilization. As far as your question is concerned, in the era of AI and deep learning and all, of course embedded system will play a very important role, because we do not want to restrict ourselves to the software part only. We want to make some kind of a hardware prototype, or you can say devices which can work accordingly, right? So, in order to deal with this, because AI or deep learning needs lots of data, right? It needs lots of processing units. So, how can you handle all those things on particular on board, and how can you optimize all these things in terms of time, right? Because the speed is also a very important aspect. So, speed
Yes.
and resources, those are somewhere very important aspect, right? According to the application, as I stated. Now, coming to the research part, our research focuses more on optimization. Optimization, again, I stated resources. Let's say image restoration problem, if you take. So medical images are generally very low contrast image, and if you want to diagnose, or if a doctor wants to diagnose, we should give some kind of device so that it may help the doctor to diagnose some diseases, and accordingly some medical treatment can be given to the patient. That is what we want. So in terms of your embedded system with medical devices, you should be able to make some kind of devices, right, which may be used in the real life. Again, very important thing will be your resources and your speed. So in medical, your accuracy will be more important compared to your speed, right? So that is the problem. So if you largely, if you say yes, my research area is limited to the FPGA board with optimization of the resources. Yes.
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 Sir, as a researcher and academician, what kind of mindset required while working on any research problem and finding the solution? Means everyone is saying, and if you are going in a YouTube, they're talking about the research methodology. You have to find the problem. You have to going for the search of this problem. Just after that, but after that getting into the solution part, I know that that thing is being follow at that because that is the algorithm. But how, what is the mindset of a researcher and academician at that point of time? Because if you are finding a research problem, you don't have any solution at that point of time, no data also. So what mindset you required and how it can be possible to consider that thing and even eventually work on the your problems?
Okay, I got the question. Means, in a sense, you are asking if some person wants to start his or her research, how should he or she go, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not. I will tell my experience because I have
Yes.
started with the zero. So when I had started, my problem definition was more related with the theoretical part, more mathematics, and then it's simulation, and then it has to be applied on certain application. So I was very much frustrated. Why? Oh, so much mathematics I have to do, and then after I have to understand, okay, where can I apply all these things? Because getting the particular application, and you do not know whether it will be suited to that particular application or not. So everything, research is like, the degree of freedom is very huge. Means you may go in the wrong direction, you may go in the right direction. It depends on your luck, and it depends on the supervision also. So there are many factors. But I'll tell you how to start your research, considering that you are aware with the basics, but you do not know even the ABC of the research. Do not worry. So when you go with the research, you just take any IEEE transaction survey paper. There you will get many ideas. So if you read that particular paper only once, you will get nothing, or you will be able to understand 2 to 3% of the whole research. Why? Because you are very new, right? So do not worry. You should keep on enjoying that thing. Means it is my experience. That's what I'm telling you. So I just started enjoying all those things. I took the my supervisor had given me 3 papers only at that time, and he had said me that, okay, these are the papers with which you have to start. I started studying the paper. Even I was not able to understand mathematically. It was okay, but yeah, after a few steps, I used to stuck at that time. But I read at least 12 to 13 times the same paper. I read 12 to 13 times. Then after I started understanding, okay, in this way they have gone. Why? Because this is the requirement of at this point. So mathematically, how do we need to handle that? You need to understand why. Because any algorithm is nothing but the base of algorithm is mathematics. So first you need to understand why do we need, and then after you need to think, okay, how should we deal with this? The moment if your brain starts thinking in that direction, why do we need, how should we do, it means you are almost done. Why? Because when you deal with all those topics, of course the mathematics will be very crucial point, but your intuition will be more important. So your intuition must be very clear with that particular topic. Okay, why do we eat? Why are we going to study this thing? And then after, okay, if this is the target, how should I achieve? So the very important thing is what? You should go with the basic mathematics. So if someone asks me what are the different subjects for the research which is having deep analysis, theoretical analysis, of course your linear algebra, your differential calculus, these two subjects will be very, very important. Coming to the simulation part, why? Because of course it has to go in a sequence. First you have to understand the paper, then after you have to make the algorithm. Okay, this should work in this way. Then after you are going to reproduce the result. Correspondingly you start thinking, okay, now what will be the application? Where can I apply all these concepts? Right. So first, yeah, you have to be very clear with the mathematics. And intuition means what will be the possible application of this concept. Then after you should go with the simulation. Simulation means you can work in the Python or you can work with the MATLAB, no problem. Ultimately, whatever the mathematics you have learned, you are going to write the code for that. You are going to reproduce the result. Now keep on thinking, okay, now where can I apply this concept in some particular application? Now just keep on thinking about the new thing. Okay, how can I do? Like I will tell you, my area was stochastic resonance, right? It was completely mathematics. Means why should we cancel the internal noise by using certain filter and all? So add some external noise which will cancel the internal noise. Very simple concept. Right. Now, what should be the particular noise? What should be, again, that goes with the calculation. So that takes the deeper calculation, right? So for that, you should be very clear. Okay, where can it be applied? Yeah, it can be applied anywhere. It can be applied in the chemistry. It can be applied in the material science. It can be applied in the physics. Everywhere it can be applied. So now, once you start thinking, now just think in which way can we go with the addition of noise?
Yes.
Right? So all these things will come once your mathematics is clear. Now once you are clear, okay, can we add the noise in different way? Like, yes, I added the noise, then I check. Okay, then after, if I need, then I'll add. And then after, okay, again I will add. If I need, I'll add. So all these things will be very important, and this will give you the clear intuition, and accordingly you will be prepared for the mathematics. Right? Now coming to the application, as far as hardware is concerned, of course, when you go in the research, it simply means you do not have any direction, because somewhere it is, because if it is known to you, of course that is not a research, right? So in research we just assume, okay, and with the intuition, okay, this might be the correct path. And it might be that after spending 2 years or 2.5 years, you will not get any improvement in that. It may happen, but again, that is not the research. Again, if you are communicating to the research community, okay, with this I have got this result, this is not better than the previous one, so you should not go. Again, that is also research. Research means you are reporting about some concluding remarks to the research community. So you should not be feeling that, okay, I'm stuck, okay, I cannot do. No, 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 it's not the way. You can do everything, but the thing is what? Yes, once you're stuck or you are not getting the improved result, right, you should now think, okay, what next can be done with that particular aspect, right? So with that particular ways you can do, right? So this is the way. But I will suggest one thing: if anyone wants to start with the research, just try to stick with the basic. Because at the end, I have seen many students, they know everything about the research, but when you ask the basic things, they are not able to answer. But your foundation must be very strong to answer the advanced question. So that is the thing. So anyone who starts their PhD with any particular topic, do not need to worry. Just give proper time, because consistency is very, very important aspect. If you ask any professor, he or she will always say, if the student is hardworking, that is enough. Because if you devote 18 hours or 14 hours a day during your PhD, of course, you'll be able to do anything, whatever you want. Because nothing is beyond the human brain.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
important thing, sir. So, sir, right now, COVID situation which is going on. So, what would you think regarding the impact of the online education and the research in Indian education portal? Because if you think that we are working as a students who are working for the online and researchers getting also affected from this thing. So, how you think about and the impact of that?
Yes. First of all, during this COVID, I will suggest everyone to be fit and
Yes.
try to be very protective. Protective in the sense that you should use double mask and you should take all the precautions. Second thing, what I would like to tell you, you do not need to be, fearful for anything. Third thing, yes, of course, this is the time. This is the very tough. This is the toughest time for us. Why? Because this pandemic has repeated itself after 100 years.
Yes, sir.
So, first and very important thing, health. You should think about your health. You should be very, eager about the your eating habit, about uh, your walking style, and everything which may impact your health, right? So all these things you need to see. Second thing, yes, I'll come to the online platform because we are dealing with this online. So right now we do not have any other option except online. Why? Because of course safety is most prior thing over here. Not over here. It is the same situation in the entire world. Because if you have life, you can do everything, right? If you do not have life, what will be the benefit of that research? So of course, this online platform has given an alternative to run the system. Of course, if someone asks me very frankly that, okay, do you feel any difference? Of course, there will be difference always. Why? Because means offline classes, of course, you can see the students, you can talk, and you can know about the students. In the online, you cannot know more about the same student, right? So, of course, there we find the difference. But at least in this toughest time, we should be continue with the things which we used to do. So, of course, online platform is giving you you can say you is giving you an alternative to carry with the curriculum and your research also. Now, yes, you stated very correctly that yeah, many researchers are going to be affected, and we have lost many researchers from many professors also in AMU, right? So that is the thing. But at any point of time, you should take care of yourself. You should do your work as
Yes.
much as you can do by this online mode. And yes, as far as this, you anyone may ask how efficient this online mode is. At this moment we do not need to worry about the efficient. Why? Because our priority is life here. If
Yes.
we have a life, of course the same thing can be done after 2 years or after 1 year when everything goes well, right? So we should not compare these two things, but yes, we should pray for the best of everyone, that what we can do. Yes.
Sir, as a gate qualified, so what are the important topics you suggest for the electronics and communication side for the students and how they have to start? Can you tell that in a brief so that they can get also means those students who are in third year and also in a fourth year just think about because we are not talking about the toppers because they are already started and they have means in the urge of getting into completing their own syllabus. But we are thinking about the medicure students, the students,
Okay.
average students who are working, who are just thinking about can we write gate or how we have to start and can we complete this syllabus. So can you suggest some important topics?
Okay, okay, yes, yes. So as far as gate is concerned, I can let you know about the EC, right? Electronics and Communication Engineering. So there are few subjects which will not take much time, right? Like if you talk about the circuit and system, yes, digital electronics, then yes, control system, yes, and these three subjects, and yes, one more signal and system. So these four subjects, anyone who is having at least basic idea of the of the mathematics, and uh, if they have eagerness, they can do it easily. And just believe me, of course, if you want to get good gate score, you need to complete around 6 to 7 subjects, or someone may say all subjects also. Not a big deal, of course, if you want to get the good gate score. But if I talk with respect to the average students, they must go with these 4 subjects. So what should be the way of studying? So while studying, I have felt what are the problems the students face. First, they always start comparing himself or herself with others. So stop comparing, because yes, any student may have different financial status at home. They have some mental status. They have some social problem, right? So there are different situations for different students. And so we should not anyone who wants to start for the preparation of gate, or who wants to do something better in their career, of course they must stop comparing. Why? Because everyone is having different background, right? So
Yes.
from where does he or she come? That is again very important thing. And what are the family background? So there are different situations. So stop comparing yourself, right? First. Second thing, as I stated, consistent. If you want to prepare for gate, of course you should give at least 6 to 7 hours daily. If you are preparing yourself, no worry. If you are not able to understand, do not worry, just keep on giving the time. There are many things on the YouTube. You can watch all those videos, and you can learn many things. So this will help you a lot. But very important thing is what? You should be very clear with the timetable. Okay, I have to get up at 4:30 a.m. and then I have to study till 6:30. So 2 hours in the morning, that will give you confidence. That will give your, a lots of concept. Why? Because your mind will be empty at the time in the morning.
Yes.
So in this way, you need to think, make the timetable, give the proper time to the proper subject. Do not worry if you are not able to understand. Do not worry at all. Selection of book is also very important aspect, but very important thing is consistency. You should be very consistent in order to start your preparation for the gate. Because I have seen many students, when they start with the huge energy. As time comes, right, so it keeps on decreasing over the time. So that, if that happens, it simply means you're not going to do some better thing in the future.
So what are the biggest challenges you have faced means by achieving this position right now? So what are the biggest challenges as a academician and a researcher means as an engineer also, how you have managed and how you have overcome with the challenges?
Yes. So coming to the challenges first. So as I stated, a person may be, surrounded by different challenges. Might be medical issues, might be social issues, might be financial issues, and many more things. But it should be your determination, because if you do not have all these challenges, and you grow up, you will have everything with respect to career, but you will not have the real experience. So how should you handle all these things? First and very important thing, you should be very clear about the fact what others can do, of course you can do. Means you should have faith in yourself, and that comes with the determination. So you should have a strong determination. Whatever the situation comes, I will get the thing what I want to get. Because I have seen, because I've done almost every my education in different states. So I have a very good experience of our country. What one thing I have felt, yes, it is a country where we are getting all the facilities to explore ourselves if I am hardworking. I understand there is a very big competition, no issue in the field whichever you choose. But again, yes, if you want to do, you should be very deterministic for the thing which you want to get in the future. There should not be any ambiguity. The moment if you have ambiguity, of course it will stop you. Why? Because every time your mind will think for the alternative option, and that will actually deteriorate your condition in terms of study, career plan, and all. Just determination.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, coming to this point, okay, how did I come? Yes, as I have stated, I did my 12th from DAV, New Delhi, Chitragupta Road. There also I used to be topper, and thereafter I went in the merchant navy. Right? Why? Because I thought, yes, I have to go to Glasgow College of Nautical Studies, GCNS, for the HND, Higher National Diploma in the Merchant Navy. But unfortunately, because of some financial issues, my I did not go. But I never stopped myself. Why? Because I thought, yes, I'm having everything to get. I have nothing to lose. I had nothing to lose at that time also. So I started thinking, yes, there were many failures in my life. But with the passage of time, and with each failure, I kept on learning. I kept on learning. And very important thing is what, when I see right now, if I just remember my past, I come to know about only one fact, that is determination. Determination with no ambiguity causes me to at this position.
Yes, sir.
So yes, I have many things to do also in the future, right? Because I have many plans. Okay, how should I go? And I daily make okay, how much percentage did I execute? So all these things, why? Because feedback is very important. So you are giving feedback about yourself at the end of the day, and
Yes, sir.
that will evaluate your quality actually. Okay, how much have you done right now?
Yes, sir.
If you are happy with your things which you have done for a day, of course you will be at the right position in the career. Why? Because career is not all about the bookish knowledge. It's about the service to the society. What are you going to give your society? What are you going to the what are you going to do for those people who really need us? Right.
Yes, sir.
So we should keep on thinking in that way. So again, challenges must be modified in the opportunities. So that can be done with the help of determination only. Yes.
Yes.
So determination is the very, very important aspect. And as far as if you are asking with respect to study, the only way is what, you need to give proper time and stop comparing yourself with others. Others may not have any issue, or any family problem or any financial problem. Then he or she can get that particular topic within half an hour. And if you are having many problems, financial problem, mental problem, medical issues, it may take 4 to 5 days also. Do not worry, because at the end, consistency is most important thing.
Yes.
Most important thing. Yeah. So it will come with your determination. When you are determined, you will be consistent. Yes, I have to do. I have what should I do for this? Yes, I have to give, or I have to spend 5 hours a day for this thing. Yes, I'll spend, no issue. But yes,
Yes.
determination is creating, is creating consistent performance actually. Yes.
Sir, at the last, I just want to ask that what are the few suggestions or the instructions you just want to give to the aspirants who are sitting for the technical exams like GATE or SSC, JEE in few months, and also for the students who are in B.Tech and research aspirants, that what kind of a thing or what kind of ideology they have to follow and how they have to maintain their self in a quite realistic way so that they can go with the flow and they can get what they want to achieve their
Exactly.
goals.
Okay. So yeah. So this suggestion again may vary according to the students, right? But what is my experience that I'll share you?
Common
So
one.
if yeah, yeah, if someone wants to start, for the gate and all, so you do not need to worry that okay, you should be very extraordinary to get the good gate score and all. No, 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 no worry. First and very important thing, you should be very clear what is my priority whether you want to go for the gate or whether you want to go in the software industry, right? So these are the two different aspects, right? So now if you want to prepare for the gate and then you want to go for the higher studies and all, right? So now the thing comes, okay, how should I do? So first, know yourself. You should know yourself. Knowing yourself means, it doesn't mean that you have to know only the means from academic point of view. No, 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 no. From the studies point of view, no. You should know everything about you. Okay, what are the challenges with me? Like, yes, I stated there might be many issues with a one person, right? Now, okay, I have decided for gate. Now, what should I do? So, knowing all the challenges what I'm having, I must make the plan. Okay, now, yes, I want to get the good gate score. I want to get into the IIT for the master degree and for the MS and all, right? So, for that, okay, yes, what will be my way of preparation? So now way of preparation says, as I stated, it is my suggestion, as I did. I used to get up, at 4 a.m. and I did everything myself only. So selection of book is most important thing. Let's say you take the subject of digital signal processing, or you someone may say a signal and system for the gate point of view. You should study the process. So yes, while studying all those things, you will be having many difficulties, but keep on doing. You just read the basic things, then just keep on solving the problems. More problems you solve, you will be able to explore more towards the gate. But again, the basic intuition and understanding of any particular topic, of any particular subject, is very important. So
Yes.
once you do, of course, it is going to take time. Let's say you make the 6 months plan. Okay, at 4 a.m. I have to get up and I have to study till 6. So 2 hours in the morning. So 2 hours more in the morning is equivalent to 5 hours or 6 hours in the through in the daytime. Why? Because in the morning you will be able to grasp anything. So think in that way. First, I have to be very deterministic. I have to get up at 4 a.m. and then I have to study. Make the timetable. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, I have to go with this subject. Wednesday, Thursday, I have to go with this subject. So in the morning, you just explore in terms of concept, and in the evening, you just try to solve the questions, MCQ. So with that, you will be able to update yourself in terms of basic, and you will be able to apply those basics in solving the questions. So that will help you a lot.
Yes.
Now, similarly, you can make the plan for the 6 months, and that will really boost you, and your confidence will be high. Because nowadays, what I am looking, yes, that the students, they have, I mean, stopped, or they have minimized studying the book. That is not good, actually. You should adhere with the standard book. You should follow some standard book, so that you may get the concept and then start applying those concepts to the problems. And meanwhile, if you are not able to visualize more, then you can get many videos on YouTube. Many materials are available, and from there you can have better intuition. But try to make the intuition very clear, so that you may apply those concepts in solving the problem. Now, coming to the yeah, you talked about the medium student. So you should go with the subject with which you have more interest. Someone may have good interest in the signal and system. Of course, he or she must start with that particular subject. Someone is having interest in circuit and system. Then of course they should go with the that particular subject. So depending on the interest, but every work must be your time bounded. Means, okay, with this subject I have to finish till this within 2 to 3 weeks. So that should be done within that particular time limit. Why? Because what happens if you keep on exceeding? No, it will, because you have to appear at the gate examination, and that is more importantly objective questions, right? So if you are not able to perform in the time, of course you will somewhere lag, right? So that is the important thing. So determination, timetable, selection of book is very important. Selection of book is very, very important. And then fourth is what? Yes, you should keep on solving the MCQs, right?
MCQs,
That is very
numericals.
important.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
And so for the researchers, And
Yes, as far as you talk about the researchers, yeah, I just guess those you are talking about those who have
just
just
applied,
started
just started
his or
or
her
just
PhD.
want to go for the PhD.
Yes, yes. So I'll talk about the topic in the electrical engineering. Yes, right. With respect to signal and image, with respect to the communication. So I will suggest yes. This is my suggestion. Again, I stated this might be different from the of different persons, and again on the topic also. So this might be different. But what I have felt that I'll share, do not worry for anything. You start one good journal, and more importantly, that will be given by your supervisor, right? Start studying start studying that particular paper. You make a separate notebook for that particular paper. You just write all the mathematical things what you need actually. Where have you stuck? So all those things you need to write in the notebook, but the notebook must be separate. That's what I used to do. Why? Because if it is separate notebook, then you will okay. This mathematics I have not understood, then you will clear. Okay, this application I have not understood. How did they apply this concept in that particular application? I will write and I will explore in deeper way.
Yes,
So do not worry for the anything. If you do not know some particular basic, you should which you should know over here. Do not worry. Give particular time and just keep on thinking what others can do. Same thing can be done. I have seen. I will share one more experience with generally PhD students face. That is comparison. Again, they start comparing himself or herself with others. Okay, he got the paper. I didn't get the paper. No, it should not be the way. Why? Because again, getting the paper depends on many factors. Many factors. So what I'll suggest anyone who is going to start his or her PhD, that you should be consistent. You should choose one particular journal, and mostly it is given by the supervisor. You should make the separate notebook and you should write, keep on writing each and everything. Why? Because if you complete one paper in all aspects, yeah, concept I understood, simulation I can do anything, it simply means you have got a huge amount of concepts,
yes,
right? And with that you need to keep on exploring so that you may get the good problem definition. Once you get the good problem definition, of course your mind will think, okay, now how should I solve this problem? So that will be nothing but the one publication. So again, that will help the student in getting the publication also. But I'll suggest one more thing. In the PhD or during PhD, students, they become fed up of all these things. But no, you should keep on enjoying. So the moment if you enjoy all those things, you will be having faith. Okay, I can learn this thing, I can learn this thing, I can do this thing.
yes, sir.
So it will come your means inherently, and that will define you in future. Why? Because yeah, PhD is of course 5 to 6 years. As in my PhD, it took 6 year 3 months, actually 2 months. Yeah. So of course, more or less, this is the average time what generally people take. But of course, you do not need to worry. You should keep on enjoying. You should keep on enjoying. All these learnings. Why? Because ultimately, you have to deliver all these things in future. So the
Yes, sir.
moment you come at some platform where you have to deliver, of course, how much you have learned, that will reflect over here. So
Yes, sir.
enjoying, yes, keep on enjoying. Just focus on the basic. Go with the simulation, and if it is consisting of any hardware, of course you should be very perfect with all the basic things, and you should learn in such a way that you can teach the same thing to others in the simplest word. Then
Yes.
and then only that will be very useful. Yes.
So thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and coming into the podcast and giving a wonderful ideas about the research, about the gate preparation and the ideologies of what researcher want and the important portion, sir.
Thank you very much, Rajat, and I hope you all please take care of yourself in this toughest time. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Sure.
Okay, sir. Thank you.